Hello, my radiant Leo, as always. I'm honored to be here with you, especially today, under a sky that is anything but ordinary. The full moon in Sagittarius on June 11 is not just another lunar cycle passing through. It's a cosmic threshold, a powerful love portal opening directly into the chambers of your heart. And for someone like you, Leo, whose soul is ruled by the sun and whose life is lit by purpose and passion, this moment holds something deeply personal. This energy is rare, it's sacred, and it's already stirring things beneath the surface, perhaps through strange dreams, sudden memories, or a warm pull in your chest that you can't quite explain. That's not your imagination, that's your heart beginning to respond to something real, something ancient, something destined. Sagittarius governs truth, vision, and the soul's journey across lifetimes. And as this moon rises, it invites you to see love not as something you must chase, but as something you are finally ready to receive. For Leo, this isn't just about romance. It's about identity, legacy, and emotional courage. You are being asked to open, truly open, to a new paradigm of connection. And what unfolds in the next few days may shape not only your relationships, but how you relate to yourself. So take a breath. Feel into that sacred pulse within you. The love portal is opening, and your soul knows exactly what to do. Let's begin this journey together. One of the first signs that this portal is opening for you, Leo, is what's happening inside your chest, even before you consciously understand why. You may have noticed a warmth radiating through your heart center at random moments. A soft pressure like something inside you is expanding, or a sudden emotional wave that rises without clear cause. This isn't stress, and it's not anxiety. It's your heart chakra being gently but powerfully activated. This full moon is not only illuminating the sky, it's illuminating the truth of your heart, and your emotional system, Leo, is recalibrating to hold a new frequency. What used to feel overwhelming or confusing in love may now feel simpler. What once triggered deep reactions may now offer insight instead of pain. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. The inner wiring of your heart is being rearranged to reflect a new kind of love, one that is aligned, soul-led, and grounded in truth. And then there are the dreams. Some of you have been waking with a lingering presence in your mind, a face from your past, a voice you haven't heard in years, or someone you've never met but who feels strangely familiar. These dreams are not random, they are messengers. Right now, the veil between dimensions is thinning, and this full moon is opening a direct line between your waking self and the deeper consciousness that spans lifetimes. For some Leos, this means soulmates may be reaching out through the dream state. You might see someone you once loved and never quite let go of, or you may dream of a stranger whose energy feels like home. These aren't ordinary dreams, they are glimpses of soul contracts, karmic ties, and unfinished emotional threads beginning to stir. Pay attention, Leo. These inner shifts, both in waking and dreaming, are not separate from your outer reality. They are preparing you for a love that transcends time, a connection that doesn't just speak to your desire, but to your destiny. And all of this is beginning now, under the light of this extraordinary moon. Another shift you may be noticing, Leo, is the way time itself seems to be behaving differently around you. Moments that used to pass quickly now feel stretched, suspended, as if the universe is asking you to linger and feel. Meanwhile, other experiences seem to slip through your fingers in an instant, even though they leave a lasting emotional imprint. This is not a glitch. This is the soft hand of your soul beginning to guide your perception. You see, your body lives in linear time, bound to clocks and calendar, but your soul does not. And under this Sagittarius full moon, that soul is taking the lead. It's showing you that love doesn't unfold according to logic or schedule. Instead, it bends, spirals, expands across lifetimes, and right now you are catching glimpses of that higher rhythm. You may feel déjà vu more often. You might hear something familiar in a new person's voice, or sense that an ordinary moment carries an ancient weight. All of this is your intuitive time sense awakening, urging you to stop measuring love in hours or days and begin honoring it as a sacred unfolding. At the same time, there is a deeper honesty being called forth from your relationships. Venus in Taurus is now forming a sharp square with Pluto in Aquarius, and that tension is not here to break you, but to reveal you. This planetary alignment is pressing on the most hidden corners of your heart, bringing long-buried fears and unconscious patterns to the surface. You may suddenly realize where you've been shrinking to keep peace, where you've confused attachment with love, or where you've settled for less because the idea of being alone felt more terrifying than being unfulfilled. These are not easy truths, but they are sacred ones, because you cannot transform what you refuse to face. And this full moon, guided by the truth-seeking arrow of Sagittarius, is asking you to get radically honest with yourself about what you truly want and what you've been too afraid to admit. Whether it's an outdated belief about your worth or a pattern of control you inherited long ago, the shadows are rising, not to haunt you, but to be healed. And amidst all this emotional upheaval, something astonishing is also unfolding. Something few are fully aware of. There is a quiet but powerful alignment between Mercury in Cancer and Venus in Taurus, forming a sextile that opens the lines of soul-level communication. This is not about surface conversations or casual words. This is about energy, messages sent and received through emotion, through thought, through vibration. If you found yourself randomly thinking about someone and then receiving a message from them, or if you're sensing the emotions of a loved one before they speak a word, you're not imagining it. You're experiencing intuitive resonance. This is telepathy in its most natural form. Heart to heart, soul to soul. And for you, Leo, this is a blessing, because your sign was born to express, to connect through truth, to lead with warmth and presence. Now, those gifts are being fine-tuned. You're learning not just to speak, but to listen to the invisible threads that connect you to others across time, distance, and even lifetimes. Your soul is reaching, and someone, somewhere, is reaching back. And this, Leo, is only the beginning. And now, Leo, as if the sky itself were speaking your language, Mars, the planet of action, courage, and desire, has entered your sign. This is no small detail. Mars in Leo is like a spark thrown into dry grass, igniting not just passion, but a deep and unapologetic need to express that passion. You may feel it rising already, the bold urge to speak the truth you've been holding back, to confess the feelings you once silenced, to take a step in love that once felt too vulnerable, too exposed. Mars doesn't wait, and when it travels through Leo, it awakens your inner fire, not for the sake of performance, but for authenticity. This is not about chasing attention or playing games. This is about standing in your truth with a heart that is open, fierce, and unwilling to dim. Whether you're already in a relationship or still waiting to meet your mirror, this is the moment to let your desire move through you, not with fear, but with conviction. You are allowed to want what you want. You are allowed to say it out loud. And while Mars gives your voice power, Jupiter now lends your heart depth. 2 days before this full moon, Jupiter, the planet of growth, wisdom, and abundance, slipped into the soft waters of Cancer. And with that shift comes a new emotional rhythm, one that doesn't just expand your capacity to love, but to feel with presence, with softness, with a kind of spiritual maturity you may not have had access to before. Jupiter in Cancer is not interested in surface-level connection. It wants intimacy that nourishes, that holds, that heals. It teaches you that vulnerability is not weakness, that crying in someone's arms is not collapsing, that letting yourself be seen, even when you feel messy or unsure, is actually your greatest strength. This energy asks you to take down the walls built by old pain and allow something real to flow in. And for Leo, who so often feels the need to be strong for others, this is an invitation to be held too, to let your emotions guide you instead of guarding you. Your intuition is sharp now. Trust what it tells you about who belongs in your life and who no longer fits the shape of your becoming. And finally, we arrive at the most fated turning point of all. This Sagittarius full moon is forming a rare and potent square to the lunar nodes, the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. These are not just celestial points, they are soul markers. And when a full moon activates them, it's as if the universe is placing a mirror before you, showing you the exact choice between your past patterns and your soul's future. The South Node in Virgo whispers of control, perfectionism, and the tendency to analyze love until it breaks under the weight of overthinking. The North Node in Pisces calls you toward surrender, forgiveness, and a deeper spiritual flow in your relationships. And here, Leo, under this moon, you are being asked to choose. Will you continue trying to make love make sense? Or will you let it teach you how to feel again? Will you cling to what is safe but stagnant? Or will you reach for what is uncertain but alive with truth? This is not just a decision about another person. It is a decision about how you will relate to love itself, about whether you will keep repeating stories that no longer match who you are becoming, or write new ones that honor the full spectrum of your heart. And that, Leo, is where everything begins to shift. Now, Leo, as this portal of love and awakening opens wide before you, it's important to remember that you are not just a witness to this moment, you are a participant in it. The energy that surrounds you now is not passive. It's an invitation, a sacred offering from the cosmos, asking you to engage, to prepare, to co-create the love that's waiting to emerge. And for the next 48 hours, what you do, how you show up for yourself and your heart, will ripple far beyond what your eyes can see. This is your window. This is your sacred work. Let us begin. First, create a space that honors the sacredness of your heart. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Light a candle. Sit in silence. Place your hands gently over your chest. Feel your heartbeat, your breath, the quiet intelligence of your body. Let this be a space where you remember that love begins within. You don't need to force anything. Just sit with yourself and listen. Your soul has been waiting for this silence. Then, when you're ready, write a letter to your soulmate, whether you've met them or not, whether they are already beside you or still walking toward you from across time. Speak to them with honesty and vulnerability. Tell them what you long for. Tell them what you've learned. Share your truth without filtering it to sound perfect. This isn't just a letter. It's an energetic transmission, a message that travels not through post, but through spirit impression, and it will reach them, whether through dream, synchronicity, or divine alignment. As you move through your day, become aware of the signs, the repeating numbers, the lyrics of a song that suddenly hits a nerve, the dream that lingers after waking, the person who reaches out unexpectedly. These are not accidents. The universe is whispering to you in symbols, showing you that your intention is being heard. The more you pay attention, the more clearly the path will light up before you. Next, release. Whatever pain, fear, or old story still lingers in the corners of your heart, gently bring it forward. Write it down. Let the words be raw. Let the truth come out. Then, when you're ready, burn the paper in a safe, sacred space. Watch the smoke rise, not as destruction, but as liberation. Let the fire carry it back to the stars. Let your heart be light again. And because the body holds memory too, move it. Dance. Stretch. Breathe into your chest and let your arms reach wide like wings. This isn't about performance. It's about opening. Your heart chakra is a physical space, not just an energetic one. Moving it helps the emotional and spiritual shifts take root in your physical being. Let your body become the vessel for the love that's arriving. Lastly, connect with fire, the element that rules both Leo and this moon's transformative power. Whether you gaze into a flame, sit beside a fire pit, or simply close your eyes and visualize golden light expanding from your heart, let fire remind you who you are. Fire does not ask for permission. It moves, it clears, it purifies. Let it burn away what no longer serves. Let it ignite the truth that's been waiting within you all along. These practices are not about fixing. They are about remembering, returning, reclaiming. You are not broken. You are being readied. And the more intentionally you meet this moment, the more gracefully the next chapter of love will unfold. So take these 48 hours, Leo, and honor them not as a deadline, but as a threshold, a sacred in-between where your past meets your potential and your heart finally becomes a home for the love you were always meant to receive. And now, as the light of the Sagittarius full moon begins its slow descent, you may be tempted to believe that something is ending. But Leo, the truth is far more powerful than that, because what just happened in your heart was not a closing. It was a beginning. This full moon marked the activation of something permanent in your energy field. The portal that opened was not just for a moment. It was for a lifetime shift. You are no longer the person you were just days ago. Your capacity to love, to receive, to trust, and to see clearly has expanded, and there is no returning to the smaller, more guarded version of yourself. What once confused you in love will begin to make sense. What once hurt you may now be seen through the lens of wisdom, not wounding. And what once felt like longing may begin to feel like readiness. The relationships in your life will begin to reflect this internal shift. Some may transform overnight. Rekindled connections, heartfelt apologies, conversations that seem to arrive with divine timing. Others may slowly evolve, deepening in subtle but unmistakable ways. And still others may quietly fade, no longer matching the vibration you now embody. This isn't loss, it's alignment. The people who remain and the souls who enter are here to meet the real you, the version of you that was always waiting beneath the layers of fear and expectation. You'll begin to notice that your love life is no longer operating on logic alone, but on resonance, on soul truth. And beyond the dynamics with others, something even more sacred is unfolding, a reunion with yourself. You will begin to see yourself more clearly, not just as someone seeking love, but as someone worthy of it in its most authentic form. Your inner voice will become less critical, more compassionate. Your desires will feel less confusing, more aligned. You'll stop apologizing for your depth and start honoring it as your greatest power, the mission of your heart, what it longs for, what it's meant to give, who it's meant to touch, will begin to crystallize. And that clarity will be the foundation upon which every future connection is built. So let the moon fade, let the moment settle, let the ripples move through your life in their own divine time. You don't need to rush anything. You only need to trust that what shifted during this moon will continue to guide you forward, quietly, steadily, faithfully. Because, Leo, when your heart changes, the entire universe rearranges around it. And what comes next will not be a repeat of the past. It will be a radiant reflection of the love you now know you deserve. And as we close this sacred moment together, Leo, I want to remind you of something simple yet profound. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are exactly where your soul intended you to be, at the threshold of something vast and beautiful, with a heart more open than it's ever been before. This full moon didn't come to answer all your questions. It came to awaken the part of you that no longer needs to wait for permission to love, to speak, to shine. Whatever stirred in you during this portal, whatever truth rose to the surface, whatever emotion cracked you open, it happened for you, not to break you, but to align you. So walk forward gently. Trust the timing. Watch for the signs. Let the conversations unfold. And most of all, stay close to your heart. It knows the way now. Thank you for allowing me to walk beside you through this sacred unfolding. If this message resonated, I'd love to hear how this moon has been touching your heart. Leave a comment. Share your story or simply send your energy out into this circle. We are more connected than we know. Until next time, I'm Luna Celestine, and I'll see you beneath the stars.